Alright, so this video has been in the making for a while now. The original stream is now over a year old, and I've gone through quite a few Nuzlocks since then. But you really never forget your first, you know? Speaking of first, this is the first time I'm making a video like this, so let me know if you enjoy it so I can keep making more. Hit that like button and subscribe to join me for more. Wait, what were we talking about? Anyways, Nuzlocks. You know them, you love them, everyone is doing them. But ever since getting hooked on Pokemon since Gen 1, I'd never attempted one before. But I thought, you know, my pen would make good content for the internet. So here we are. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, here's a quick rundown. Nuzlocks are basically Pokemon games played with some self-imposed rules for a little bit of added challenge. The basic rules are, you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter in a given area. You miss it, tough luck. If a Pokemon faints, it's considered dead and you can't use it anymore. And if your whole team wipes, failure. Oh, and you have to nickname your Pokemon to make it really hurt when you inevitably get your friend killed. There are other rules, but we're not going to worry about those right now. Just know that since this was my first Nuzlocke, I went a little easier on myself. Which, make my mistakes a little bit worse in hindsight, but whatever. Anyways, let's get started. This is the story of my first Nuzlocke. We begin with Professor Oak asking who we wanted to be. And of course I picked the girl because she is, objectively, better. I named myself Sombra and my rival Perzu, and we're off on our grand adventure. My mom was okay with me leaving home as a 10-year-old because she watched The Wizard of Oz, and I wasn't about to question that. I ran out, ready to tackle the world, when Oak stopped me to ask if I had a death wish. He offered me a deadly creature of my own to defend myself, and I wasn't going to say no to that. Fight fire with fire and all that, you know. So I picked Squirtle because I wanted to fight fire with water instead. I'm not sorry. Anyways, I named my new buddy Squishy, and I knew we would be friends to the end. Perzu rolled up and counterpicked me by picking Bulbasaur, the tryhard, and challenged me to my first battle. So I mashed the A button and tackled his plant to the ground. Strategy. After sending Perzu home crying, I went to the store to pick up Oak's dry cleaning, and he rewarded me by giving me an empty encyclopedia so I can do his job for him. He gives me some balls, and now we can fully begin our adventure. Immediately outside Pallet Town, we get our first encounter. A Pidgey I named Crystal Girl. I didn't realize the Pidgey was male at the time, but it's fine, it's fine. I can only assume the other Pidgey in the area were jealous because shortly after... Oh no! Yeah, off to a great start. We continue through the next few areas, catching a Mankey named Neoxyl, a Caterpie named after an internet meme, and a bee! We made it through the toxic forest and went to challenge our first gym. Brock may have a rock-hard snake, but we had a Mankey and a Squirtle. The Geodude and Onix go down, and we have our first gym badge. But more importantly, we got the running shoe! Anyways, before Mount Moon, there was a man who made me an offer I couldn't refuse. A measly $500 for a Magikarp, and with that, Crap was born. With Crap in tow, we entered Mount Moon and we caught a... Moving on. We made our way through the cave, beat up some gangsters, stole some kid's fossil, and taught Neoxyl how to throw some hands. We arrived in Cerulean City, and I made the mistake of thinking I was ready for this rival fight, and I'll let Pass Me take over. Oh, I think I might have made a mistake, guys. Treat yourself like that for all to see.
Oops.
This was a mistake. This was a massive mistake. This could be a run ender, honestly. Fuck! F this. I'm going to cheese my way through this.
Psych!
Oh, you bitch. Come on. Please be a one hit. No! Ooh! Come on! Karate chop action! Oh God, why? This Abra is easy. The only thing this Abra knows is teleport. That's the only thing that matters. I survived. No casualties. After that train wreck, Squishy evolved, and together we accepted Team Rocket's offer and became criminal. What was that? Wait, what do you mean I can't accept? What? Fine. Whatever, I guess we beat up the Team Rocket grunt and stole his gold nugget. Or something. We caught an oddish named Kimmers for the upcoming gym fight and caught an Never mind. We made it to the end of the route and helped Bill with his experiment. And he bought our silence with a cruise ticket. With all that out of the way, we challenged Missy to our second gym battle. Misty can be tough because of that Starmie, but with Kimmers and Squishy, we got the job done. On the way to our free cruise in our next gym battle, we caught a Drowsy named Easy and a Diglett named Lucky. We made it to the cruise just to run into Perzu again in his fake French.
Bonjour.
And promptly took care of his team. What a difference being at an adequate level makes. After kicking Perzu off the boat and giving the poor seasick captain a back rub for an HM, we headed to our third gym. Now, I think I speak for most people when I say, I hate this gym puzzle. Seriously, who thought this randomness was a good idea? Anyway, past the puzzle stood Lieutenant Surge, who probably needs some therapy, but I ain't the VA. Lucky's magnitude took out the Voltorb and the Pikachu. The Raichu, on the other hand, was a different issue. Lucky wasn't very lucky here, but thankfully, Kimmers was able to save the day. 3 badges in, and still no deaths. I was feeling pretty good about myself. Maybe this Nuzlocke thing wasn't so bad after all. We stumbled through Rock Tunnel, catching a Geodude named Rock Lee in the process, and Lucky lived up to her name. No! Outside of Rock Tunnel was Lavender Town, famous for its Pokemon graveyard. You know, for kids. I caught a Growlithe named Calor next to town and decided that fighting next to the grave would be good training. But in said grave was Perzu again, wanting to avenge his Raticate apparently. And well... Past me? My Gloom can frickin'... No! Ah! Please. Please go to sleep. Thank God. Please be enough. I think I need it to be 3 hits. Are you kidding me? Still no deaths. Whew, my girl Lucky coming in clutch. The Sag. I mean, at least no one died. And look, Lucky found some friends. All's well that is, you know the rest. Our next stop was Celadon City, where we found a free Eevee and named it Milk, after Jaden Animations Jolteon. Shoutouts to Jaden. And I was finally able to make Kimmers bigger and stinkier. My DD senses were tingling, so I went to the casino, pushed the button to unlock Team Rocket's hideout, and proceeded to kick the butt of every Rocket grunt in there. Also, you spin me right round, baby. At the end of the hideout was boss man Giovanni. The rest of the game had been cake so far, so I knew this would be easy. Wait. Wait! Oh no! No, 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 no! No! My starter. My very first friend in this cruel, unforgiving world. Gone with just one punch. I let poor Squishy down. So, what went wrong? Let's analyze this a bit. We see here that Kangaskhan starts with a Tail Whip, which means that Squishy was at -1 defense throughout this entire Tail Whip withdrawal dance. When I used Brick Break, the next Tail Whip put it at -2 defense, which just means it died on the next hit. So the correct play then should have been to switch out for Kimmers, who has decent bulk, and reset the stat drops and save Squishy. But yeah, sometimes we don't make the best decisions in life. Kimmers ended up avenging Squishy to beat Giovanni and get her Ghostbusting tool, but it hardly eased the pain. We held a small funeral for Squishy back at the Pokemon Center and continued forward, with crap filling in Squishy's shoes. We had to continue on to the next gym, ignoring the pervy old man, and take on the leader Erica, who I swear loves her grass, if you know what I mean. With Crystal Girl and Calor, I had no trouble. Please don't crit, please don't crit, please don't! Well, almost no trouble. But regardless, we got our 4th gym badge and survived to live another day. After beating Erica and taking the Silph Scope from Giovanni, We went back to Lavender Town to do some ghost hunting. But not before having Crap evolve into Gyarados, the potential savior of this run. In the tower, we didn't find a ghost to bust, but an orphan to adopt. So we named it Jack Spock. How did I know it was an orphan, you ask? Well, because we just happened to perform an exorcism on his mother's spirit right in front of him. You know, for kids. After playing Ghostbusters, we kicked Team Rocket's butt again, which is just another Tuesday for me at this point, and rescued an old man who gave us a flute. On the way to the next gym fight, we wake up a Snorlax with our flawless flute playing, and manage to catch it, and Cheerio is now part of the band. Our team was looking really nice now, ready to take over the... Ah! No! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, the game wasn't kidding. This one hurt both in the manner of death and the loss of one of the best Pokemon I had. And I had to think long and hard about it on my way to the PC. So what went wrong? You mean besides the whole get crit at full HP, survive at 1, and die by a 20% burn chance? I guess I could have theoretically switched in Cheerio, but how was I supposed to know? Pokemon RNG, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta love it. After bitterly laying Crap to rest, I decided to evolve Milk into Jolteon and Calor into Arcanine to bolster my team a bit. Why didn't I do this before, you may ask? Well, you see, when Pokemon evolve via stone evolutions, the evolved Pokemon tend to not learn very many moves after evolving, if they even learn any moves at all. So I kept them from evolving until now so that Milk can learn Bite and Calor can learn Flame Wheel. With the new and improved team, we found someone's dentures, gross, and discovered a secret hideout where they taught us to be tubular. On the way, we caught a Doduo, which is just some sick irony. Before taking on the 5th gym, I decided to take a leisurely stroll down the bike path next to Fuchsia City. Is that gonna knock Lucky out? Is that gonna knock Lucky out? I should have switched. And Lucky's luck ran out. Damn bikers. So, what went wrong? As past me stated. I should have switched. Dugtrios have paper-thin defenses, so there was no reason for me to take this gamble at all. This one was all on me. After Lucky's funeral, it was Jack Spock's time to shine. To become a strong member of this team. Yeah, that makes sense. So, what went wrong? You see, speed-ups can be a curse in Nuzlocke while grinding since you're not paying too much attention. Also, the 5-hit 2-crit Fury attack didn't help either. Should've just kept switch training. Poor Jack Spock never had a chance. But we had to move on, and it was up to Easy to take the last spot on the team and lead us to victory. Which meant more grinding, yay! Since Easy was still too weak to face the 5th gym, I figured taking on a criminal organization would be better training. And lucky for us, Team Rocket was infiltrating Silphco in Saffron City at this time, so it was the perfect training ground for Easy. Also, Purzu was here for some reason, but his team wasn't much of an issue this time. And we also got a free Lapras named Nacho. On the top floor, we ran into Giovanni again, but thanks to Easy, Cheerio, and Kimmers, it was an easy clap. We got the Master Ball for our troubles, which I never actually used. Huh. And just when things were starting to look up, Windows decided to update during my stream, and I had to do that all over again. Thankfully, no one died during the Silphco rerun, but man, what a waste of an hour. Anyways, on this alternate timeline, we took on the 5th gym, the Poison Gym. That seems to have mostly psychic trainers, oddly enough. Koga may have ninjutsu on his side, but I have a Cheerio, a Nacho, and Easy for an easy win, and we have our 5th badge. Before going out after our 6th badge, I decided to take a detour to the power plant to get a sexy Magnemite, and also give an old man his dentures back. Gross. I also made up for the Zubat I missed earlier by actually catching one in the Seafoam Islands and naming it Oracle. And I also picked up some loose change to teach Milk Thunderbolt. With the preparation set, we enter the Psychic Gym, which has Ghost-type trainer. You know what, whatever. The point is, we made our way to Sabrina, my favorite Gen 1 gym leader, for, reasons? Anyways, Calor was able to handle her Kadabra, Mr. Mime, and Venomoth? And not even Calm Mind could save Alakazam from a Cheerio body slam. And with that, even though we couldn't win her heart, we won our 6th gym badge. Our next stop was Cinnabar Island, and we had to go find the key to the gym because the gym leader hates Pokemon, I guess. I also found a guy who was able to revive my giant rock bird, who I named Demonic. And I decided to add Demonic to my party, and that meant more grinding, yeah! Once that was over, we proved we were smarter than a 5th grader and then took on Blaine, the fire gym leader. Nacho had an easy time dispatching Blaine's Growlithe, Ponyta, and Rapidash. The Arcanine, however, was a different story. No! Why don't you miss? If it crits again, Lapras is going down. It didn't crit, but it burned. That's fine. But Demonic was able to come in and finish it off, thankfully. And we got our 7th gym badge. Now, normally we'd go on to the 8th gym at this point, but Fire Red and Leaf Green are a bit different. As we left the gym, Bill found us and gave us a free trip to some random numbered islands where we met his friend Celio, whatever. We're just gonna call him Ted. Anyways, nothing really interesting happened on the islands. I just caught a Ponyta and Execute and got revenge on some bikers. So back to the real adventure. Our final gym battle is back in Viridian City, and the leader is the man himself, Giovanni. I never forgave Giovanni for causing my first death, even though it was mostly my fault. And I promptly swept this team with Nacho and Easy. Giovanni disappeared to parts unknown, and we got our 8th gym badge, ready to take on the Elite Four. No! 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 Yeah, so that happened. So, what went wrong? I didn't know this Nidoking had Mega Horn. Having Cheerio or Demonic out there might have been better, but I just didn't know. Know your moves, kids. Easy was an excellent party member, and losing a Pokemon this late sucks. However, remember that trip with Bill? That little Execute we found on those islands was gonna have to come in and fill some big shoes. Well, metaphorically. And a new party member means more grinding. Yay? We were finally ready to attempt the final gauntlet, the Elite Four. After a deep breath, we entered the first room. Lorelei, the hottest Ice Queen, was first. Milk was strong enough to take out her Dugong, Cloyster, and Slowbro. Her Lapras was a little bulkier, but Yawn in return from Cheerio was enough to finish the job. Galore defrosted Jinx, and we advanced past Battle 1 unharmed. Battle number 2 was against the big man Bruno. Nacho handled his first Onix, and then I forgot Sky Uppercut hit the first turn of Fly. Yeah, that was a close one. Since Demonic has paper-thin defense, I switched into Coco for her first real battle. Now, unfortunately, I had already used up my Psychic TM on the late Easy. Remember kids, don't use your TMs early. So I had to settle for Confusion, a much weaker psychic attack. With high-ass special attack, yes! Yes! Oh man. Yes, it's doing just... Yes! Thank Arceus, Coco is running through this team. Whew, right? Yes, that did half. And it confused again, Coco! Coco, the MVP of this fight. Oh my god, I f***ing love you, you coconut tree. Yeah, the confusion was more than enough, and Battle 2 was ours, thanks to Coco's legendary performance. The third battle is against Agatha, the ghost... poison trainer? I mean, there is only one line of ghost types. She immediately set the tone of the battle by using Double Team to increase her evasiveness. But Coco came in and said no more of that. Galore handled the Arbok and Milk disposed of the Golbat. Then came her second Gengar, who started spamming Hypnosis to put my Pokemon to sleep. With a little team effort, Milk finally ended the Gengar nightmare, pun intended. Galore bit the Haunter to finish it off, and battle number 3 was ours. God, that was a pain in the ass. After getting past this long hallway, we met our final Elite Four trainer, Lance the Dragon Master. In a game with only one dragon line of Pokemon. I'm starting to notice a pattern here. Anyways, Milk easily takes out the Gyarados, Nacho ices out the first Dragonair, and then... Come on, Milk. I think this is it for Milk. I think this is it for Milk. Come on, take it, take it, take it! No! That crit definitely mattered. So, what went wrong? The crit was definitely unfortunate, but Jolteon had already been slowed down by a scary face, and it's not exactly the most bulky of Pokemon. So, a switch into Cheerio was probably the better play. It was sad to see Milk go, but the battle wasn't over yet. We had to win this one for Milk. At least chat was having a good time with it though. Cheerio avenged Milk, and Nacho ice beamed the Dragonite and second Dragonair to beat Lance once and for all. But we're not done yet. Lance tells us Perzu somehow beat us here and is looking to be a thorn at our side to the very end. This was going to be tough without Milk, but I believed in my team. The battle begins and Nacho makes quick work of Pidgeot. Coco gets crit by Rhydon and it starts looking like I might lose another Pokemon. And then something unexpected happened. Please miss. He withdrew? Oh, I'm still alive. Whatever, I wasn't gonna question it. It just gave me the opening I needed to finish this off with no deaths. Demonic took out the Arcanine and Cheerio yawned the Gyarados. Without Milk, the Gyarados is much tougher, but Nacho's body slams proved just enough to take it out. Coco finally finishes off the Rhydon with the Sunny Day Solar Beam combo. Galor uses the power of the sun to take out the Venusaur. And finally, Cheerio tanks a Psychic from Alakazam, then finishes it off with Return, and with that, we have become the new champion. Yeah, suck it. Oak takes us to the Hall of Fame, and we enshrine the team forever. As we remember the comrades we lost along the way, the credits roll. The end. Except not really. You remember those islands Bill took us to after beating the 7th gym? Well, turns out there are more of them for a total of 7. And there's a bit more story left, so the Nuzlocke isn't over yet. It wasn't terribly interesting, so let me just summarize what happened real quick. Added Magic Mite to the team, kicked Team Rocket's butt, caught a Slugma, got a Ruby, lost Magic Mite to a self-destruct while grinding, what went wrong, speed up in an area where self-destruct is dumb, added Oracle to the team, found Lorelai's plushie collection, witnessed Lorelai being a queen and almost murdering Team Rocket, caught a Wooper, Sentret, and Natu, lost Oracle to a Wobbuffet. Alright, I'm gonna pause for a bit to talk about this thing. This is Wobbuffet. A Psychic-type Pokemon, a member of Team Rocket in the anime, and the bane of Nuzlockers everywhere. Why, you may ask? 3 main reasons. 1. It has Shadow Tag as an ability, meaning you can't run from it and you can't switch out to a different Pokemon. So you can't run from this thing. 2. It learns Counter, which deals double the physical damage it receives, and Mirror Coat, which deals double the special damage it receives. Which means you're playing a 50-50 game with this Pokemon every turn. And 3, the kicker. It can have Destiny Bond, which means if you happen to kill it on the same turn it uses it, it's taking you down with it. Yeah, this is pretty much Russian roulette the Pokemon. And now knowing that, you can probably guess what happened to Oracle. Oh no, does it have Shadow Tag? It has Shadow Tag. Astonish. Oh wow. No! Oracle, please live. Oracle, please live. So, what went wrong? Bring repels next time. Now that my little Wobbuffet rant is over, back to the summary. Added Whoop to the team, used the internet to solve the Braille puzzle, got a Sapphire stolen from me, kicked Team Rocket's ass some more, and gave Ted his jewelry. And that's it, we did it, we beat the postgame.
Well, that was pointless.
Now to finish off this playthrough, we're facing off against the Elite Four one more time. First up is the Hot Ice Queen Part 2. I may not have an electric type anymore, but Cheerio, with a little bit of help from Calor, demolished Lorelai's team. And the first battle was done. The rematch with Big Man Bruno was equally simple. Whoop handled both Steelixes. And Coco kept the legend going by taking out the Hitmonlee, Machamp, and Hitmonchan using only Confusion again. Battle 2 done. Ghost Poison Lady was up for round 3. Calor gets a lucky flinch to knock out the first Gengar and Mischievous. Demonic knocked out the Arbok and the Crobat as revenge for not having my own. And Calor was able to tank the last Gengar to take it out, and the third battle is done. We face Dragon Tamer Lance once again, and without an electric type, this Gyarados is much more dangerous. Doesn't help that it also knows Earthquake this time around, but Yawn from Whoop and Ancient Power from Demonic are able to take it down. The Dragonites are a little scarier this time around as they have more coverage, but a Cheerio Yawn and a Nacho Ice Beam are able to take out the first one. Whoop takes out the Aerodactyl, and Yawn's the next Dragonite, and Nacho comes in with the Ice Beam again. And Lance's final Pokemon Kingdra almost takes out Cheerio with a Hyper Beam, but Cheerios never die and he's able to finish off the Kingdra for the win. And with that, it ends where it all ended last time, with me kicking Pursue's butt for the umpteenth time in a row. He leads with Heracross this time, which Demonic easily takes down. We tried to yawn the Gyarados like in the last battle, but this time it starts setting up some Dragon Dances, which could be a problem. But then a light bulb flipped on in my head. I have access to items on this run. It only took me to the champion rematch to remember X items were a thing. And what a thing they are. As he set up his Gyarados, I set up my Cheerio with some X attacks. RNG was on my side, as Cheerio's Quick Claw activates, letting me one-shot the Gyarados. With the Gyarados down and Cheerio souped up, Cheerio proceeded to take down every Pokemon Pursuit had. The onslaught was glorious, and with that we became champion once again. Haha, suck it again. Oak takes us to the Hall of Fame for the final time, and we immortalize our newest team. As we celebrate our newest members and reminisce about our fallen warriors, the story and this Nuzlocke comes to a close. This video was in the making for a while, and it's the first time I've ever done something like this, so hopefully you all enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys can join me on my next adventure. Until then, thank you all for watching, and take care. Good night, everybody.